American and British heavy bombers will target German aircraft factories and industrial facilities deeper inside the Reich than they have ever flown before. The U.S. 8th Air Force will bomb by day, while Britain's Bomber Command strikes under the protective cover of night. Together, they will bring Germany under a relentless reign of destruction and begin to pave the way for the D-Day Normandy invasion.
No one likes to show it, but of course all us guys are a little on edge. We haven't even fired any bullets yet, other than training. On our final practice run, everyone's wondering what it'll be like to actually fly into Nazi territory. My buddy Griffith, he says he heard that if the Germans shoot your plane up and you have to bail out, the Krauts will blow holes through your chutes. Shoot it up so good you won't even have a chance of making it to the ground alive. But what the hell, I tell him. I'm not so worried about the Germans. I figure we can handle anything the Nazis throw our way. It's gonna be one hell of a ride, though, that's for sure. The sun's just come up, and we're already rushing around, getting ready. Seems a little crazy, but I'm actually kind of excited. I think we're all kind of excited.
One thing about being young is the fact you're not afraid. You don't think of dying. That doesn't even occur to you when you're young. You do all these various things and you think, well, you're immune from death, more or less. That's what you really think about when you're young. And old people don't fly. Old people sit on the ground. Young people fly and die, and that's the way life is all about.
On the morning of July 25th, 1943, Bombardier Joe Armanini is preparing to fly his first mission into Germany as part of the Blitz Week offensive. Their objective is to destroy German military installations and Luftwaffe production facilities in preparation for the D-Day invasion. Armanini and the 100th Bombardment Group will fly to Warnemünde, Germany. The 1,000-mile round trip will put them in enemy skies for nearly 4 hours, in full view of Luftwaffe fighters and ground defenses.
Right as we're about to take off, I see Griffith getting into his plane. I wished him good luck, and he said, "I'll see you at the bar." I don't think either of us can really believe it. All the training is finally over. We're really gonna hit Germany.
As Armanini and the rest of the 263 bombers circle into formation, the airmen face their first enemy. At 12,000 feet, the air is dangerously thin, and the B-17s are not pressurized. Men must rely on oxygen masks to breathe. Inhaling the thin air can lead to brain damage, or even death. At 25,000 feet, the forts reach their cruising altitude. Temperatures drop as low as 50 below zero. Exposed skin freezes to metal on contact. Saliva or vomit turns to ice, clogging oxygen tubes and suffocating men. For the airmen, these are routine conditions.
We've been up here for hours. And the closer we get to the target, the worse the visibility gets. Bassett and Reed are bitching back and forth on the interphone about the cloud cover and the wind speed. It's always about the damn weather.
Outside of Warnemunde, the weather takes a turn for the worse. Heavy cloud cover makes visible bombing impossible and puts the bombers at risk of mid-air collisions. They have no choice but to change course. Warnemunde is spared. The group proceeds to their secondary target, the city of Kiel, 150 miles to the west. The change will lengthen their mission, allowing German defenses additional time to locate them. The longer the bombers are in enemy skies, the less their chances for survival. As Armanini and the bombers close in on Kiel, their protective P-47 Thunderbolt escorts reach their maximum fuel range and are forced to turn back. From here on, the bombers must go it alone.
It's a little chilling to watch them just fall away like that. But ain't nothing we can do about it. All we can do now is just sit tight and get this damn thing over with.
For the past 2 hours, German ground defenses have been tracking the B-17s by way of a new technology: radar. Luftwaffe flak gunners prepare to fire shrapnel-filled projectiles set to explode at the bomber's altitude and rip the planes, as well as the airmen, to shreds. Spotters on the ground already have them in their sights. Inside the flak field, the bombers reach a predetermined landmark called the initial point. Here, Armanini's B-17 makes its final course change and locks in on a straight path to the target. The rest of the bombers falling behind. Pilot William Veal shifts to autopilot and places control of the B-17 in the hands of Joe Armanini. Hunched over his bomb sight, Armanini has just 8 minutes to lock in on the target. As the lead bomber, every other bomber in the formation will drop on Armanini's cue. If he misses, they all miss.
The flak's getting thicker. But we can't deviate from the course. If we're going to hit the target, we have to hold straight and level and just take whatever the crowds throw at us. I can hear distress calls coming in from other bombers. One of them is Griffith's plane. The pilot's saying they've been hit. My God, just a couple hours ago, we were sitting on the tarmac wondering about what the Germans would do to us. Well, now we know. They'll kill you. They'll kill you deader than hell.
One thing about the war is the fact that there is no future. It's all the present. That's what you're thinking about the whole time. Are you going to survive? You don't even know when the war's going to end. You're hoping it'll end, quickly. There is no future for you there. There is just this present, and the present is not always pleasant. Hoping that you'll survive another day, another mission.
"25,000 feet above Kiel, Germany, Joe Armanini is hunched over the bomb site inside the nose of his B-17. Inside the flak field, exploding shrapnel is tearing the bombers to pieces. Moments earlier, Armanini watched as a burst struck his best friend's plane. Now, directly below his bomb site, lies the target they have come so far to destroy.
Bombs are away. Nobody even says a word. We hit them dead on, but there's really nothing to celebrate. What's the point? All around us, our bombers are ripped to shreds. It's a pathetic sight. And we need to get the hell out of here.
Armanini and the B-17s clear the flak field and set a course to rendezvous with a group of P-47 Thunderbolts. Until they reach their protective fighters, the damaged bombers are at the mercy of the Luftwaffe. Like sharks circling a wounded prey, this is their favorite time to attack.
Escorting the bombers into enemy airspace is one thing. Rendezvousing with them on a return trip, that's another. How many will return from the mission intact? Will they be damaged? Will there be wounded on board? Will the Luftwaffe be riding hot behind them? We never know what to expect.
Nicknamed the Greek by his fellow airmen, 23-year-old Second Lieutenant Steve Paisanos is behind the controls of his P-47 Thunderbolt. A pilot in the 4th Fighter Group, his orders are to pick up the wounded bombers and escort them back to England.
As we were approaching the returning bombers, the Germans kept attacking. I saw one of the B-17s, one of the engines began to smoke. And the next thing was that people were jumping from that crippled B-17. All of a sudden, MA-109 dove down from the sky above us and went after one of the guys in a parachute. And we were able to really witness the killing of that man coming down in a parachute. Then one of our guys on the formation says, "Get that SOB."
Dogfighting at 500 miles an hour, Paisanos and the 4th Fighter Group take evasive maneuvers